Hello, everybody. And today, me and Susan are living life in plastic. Isn't it fantastic? So we we are discussing the Barbie movie. Um, yes, the Barbie movie, starring Margot Robbie as the main character, created by Mattel, of course, back in the day. Um, I don't know where to start with this one. Um,
Okay,
let's
let
go
me
to
help.
let's go to Susan for our help.
Okay, let me help. Um, this is a movie that the far right in this country has gone over the top about. They're like, can you not talk? This is so.
Did you tell them how 3 states codified abortion, and they think they need to be more strict about abortion when 3 states already?
Yeah, and this the right wing has just had it with all these empowered women, and this movie is all about a Barbie land. Yes, it's plastic. Yes, the women are perfect and whatever, but they are super empowered, and this is also the story of Ken who and Barbie who end up going to the real world, and Ken finds out about the situation that it's not at all like Barbie Land, and he starts trying to fuck shit up in Barbie Land, and by doing that, he is showing that there is sort of a at this point like a fear amongst the male Barbie characters that they are going to become uh, that that they're not going to be the kind of wonderful people that they really are. But anyway, it was. I mean, the cast is amazing. The story is sort of you know uh, fantasy character goes to real world and interacts with real world and destroy, starts destroying fantasy land because real world showed them something. That's what this is. And it's like, you know, the the reality of the situation was is that, even the Mattel, the board of directors of Mattel got sucked into this, you know, portal. But it wasn't they got sucked in, they actually made a volitional choice to go get on the rollerblades and then get on the tandem bike and then get on the boat and then get on the what was the other one?
Space rocket.
Space rocket. uh, all these different steps to get to plan, and they could have stepped off any time and gone and wherever they were, but these, I mean, it that's basically the story, is that these fantasy characters suddenly end up going to the real world. And I don't know, I just the fact that the right wing in this country is all up in arms about it, it's really funny. It's hysterical. It's like, you know, the Barbie land being as fantasy land, isn't that what like uh isn't that uh what kids usually want to live in, is in this fantasy world? And when you get a doll or get a toy, you just want to be in that fantasy world. I mean, that's what Paw Patrol, and I mean all of these Paw Patrol, you know, SpongeBob SquarePants, what else? All these, all these, even South Park. The South Park kids go into the real world in one of their episodes. I mean, it's just weird. Like that's like a thing, and it's just, I mean, they can't stand empowered women. They just can't stand it. And it's just hard. It's so hard for them to handle this stuff. I feel really bad for them. Because it's not it's just not easy. Anyway, cast is good. Story's pretty typical for that kind of story, and
Well, for me personally, it wasn't. It was a difficult watch.
oh, okay.
I mean, I know it's a fantasy movie. I know Barbie was created for young little girls, but this movie's not for little girls
No.
because there's a lot of genitalia references.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So all these parents what tried to take the little girls to see this would be a bit so shocked, I would say.
Mm.
Yeah, I wish someone had told me that Will Ferrell was in it. I would have watched it.
Mhm.
I can't stand that guy.
Mm.
He's not funny at all.
I'm
Um,
sorry,
but
but Helen Mirren is in it, and so is it
how
Cutie Gatwa. I mean, Cutie Gatwa's in it, for crying out loudly.
how did they talk Helen Mirren into being the narrator of this? She can't be short of money.
No, it's girl power.
Is it though? Is it about girl power,
On
or
a certain level. Yeah.
or is it about male dominance? 50-50.
Well, no, because the aspirational part is girl power.
Yeah.
The
Well,
dystopian part is the male control.
yeah. Wait, it's difficult to talk. Say I went in with an open mind with this,
Okay.
because I know it's Barbie. I know what I'm going to expect here,
Yeah.
and I was right. All the bright colours, Barbie
Uh-huh.
Land.
Oh my gosh.
Um,
The desperately overused pink.
desperately overused dialogue for the first 20 minutes of the movie. Hi Barbie, hi Ken, hi Barbie. That really annoyed me. Really did. I did like the beginning of it where they did their own version of 2001
Yeah. Uh-huh.
with the little kids smashing the dolls up.
Uh-huh.
I thought that was a good little nod.
Uh-huh. That was.
But for me, the things in Barbie Land really grated on me. Maybe because I never played with Barbie when I was younger. I don't know. But when they went into the real world, I enjoyed it a little bit more because those two were up against everything they believed in
Yep.
was it was pulled from under them.
But
I thought that
that's what you could see that it was coming because of the weird Barbie played
mm,
by, what was her name? Kristen Wiig? No.
Kate McKinnon.
Kate McKinnon, that's the one. There was another one of the SNL superstars. And I love that weird Barbie was that was my dolls. You know?
What you was cutting their hairs and
Yeah, just dipping their hair in paint, using their head to paint stuff with. I just, my Barbies were so sadly, mistreated. And they would never get that close to a kiss and not actually kiss.
oh,
That's
yours
the
like
thing. Yeah, exactly. It was, I mean, like the fact that they held back from so much of the stuff that my Barbies went through, you know, that just proves that they were actually trying to aim it for pretty much a general audience. You know, it's not, this was not specifically aimed at little kids or teenagers or, you know, 20 somethings who needed to be reminded of how cool, you know, their aspirations were at age 10 with a Barbie. This was like, and you know, what was her name? The older lady, Barbara Harper or whatever, or Harper. This is Harper.
Ruth.
Ruth.
What?
Yeah, she was. You know, she was. It wasn't about these old ladies who were like, you know, thinking back to, you know, just how far they'd come. You know, you come a long way, baby, like the Benson and Hedges ad or whatever. But like this whole like, you know, uh, it was fun, and the fact that Barbie was like, I have these strange thoughts of death. I mean, boy, that was cool, you know, for them to and then to include America Ferrera, who is widely known in the U.S. as Ugly Betty. I mean, in this, she was like grown up ugly. I mean, it was just the same character moved into Barbie world. That was really good. It was like, you know, America is this iconic actress. Her character was like 10 seasons long. And she had, I mean, there's so much stuff that was put into that show, that Ugly Betty show about, you know, becoming your own person, owning your own space, moving heaven and earth to make things happen right for somebody else and for yourself. You know, all those like powerful things that you and then she's in this movie, you know, basically playing a person 10 years older than that with a kid. I mean, the whole thing, that was an ingenious addition to this whole cast. I know you haven't watched Ugly Betty, Lee. I can see it in your face. You just haven't watched hardly any of that show. But that's that, you know,
I've seen several. I've seen several episodes of it.
her character in this is pretty much that grown up. You know, it was interesting. It was a sort of a well conceived, you know, character reference and sort of development and stuff.
You see, I get. I mean, I got the bits where, you know, Barbie living in Barbie Land was, you know, what the scenes where they're drinking, having breakfast. It's all, they never eat, they never drink,
Mm-hmm.
they never walk to the car. They're just put there.
Mm-hmm.
I get all that because that's what kids do.
Uh-huh.
You know, and also, you know, Barbie has their dream house. Ken doesn't have one. Ken doesn't have a house at all. Where does he live?
He just lives, he just stands there
Yeah,
until
I
he's
get all that. I get all that, but it was just so, the Barbie Land sequences just really annoyed me. Just got them out. Got 'em- just wasn't for me. But I did like the nearer the end, the dance sequence with all the Kens. That was because the music with that was quite, you know, where Ryan Gosling was singing.
Yeah.
Is it just Ken or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that, and the fight scene on the beach.
Yeah.
There was no real weapons.
No.
Yeah, I understood all that, but yeah, it's just one of those movies what didn't really work for me
Okay.
because I'm not a little girl who plays with dolls.
and you're not and and those
But
I
it's
mean the different sort of you know, like everybody's the same person.
mm,
That was the thing that was like I didn't know how they do that. They'd make every single Barbie, every single Ken the same person because they're not. I mean, there's like all these different ones.
but yeah, you've got what have you got? You've got lawyer Barbie, judge Barbie,
Yep,
mermaid Barbie,
yep,
things like that. You've got beach Ken,
yep.
basketball Ken. Oh, but you do have Alan.
Yeah, and I don't know where he came from.
But Alan was a doll, a Barbie doll. He was a friend of Ken's.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, but there was only one Alan, but all these Kens.
Yeah, yeah.
uh, you know, um, it's. I suppose it. I don't know. It's a difficult one to talk about. Um,
And
I
that
know you.
Rhea Perlman character, uh,
Yeah,
yeah, Ruth that was really cool because like you never knew that was who created Barbie.
I was sat there and I'm thinking, I know that face. And then when the last scenes where she was took Barbie away, walked away into the sunset with her, I thought, oh, I know who it is now. Yeah, because I'm used to seeing her in Cheers and
Cheers.
stuff like that, and I think, well, you don't really, people get old.
Yeah,
Who is he?
yeah.
But I know you've mentioned Nakuchi Gatwa is in it. He didn't have much to do in this, really,
Well,
did he?
you know, there was a lot of characters, a lot of side characters that didn't get to do much.
That's true. But yeah, as I say, I did prefer when it was in the real world, and it was all of a slap in the face to both of them, a shock.
Yeah,
And I thought, and now we're getting down to business here. But then they went back to Barbie Land,
yeah,
or Kendom Land, or whatever it was called.
yeah.
But yeah, but I did like to say I did like the dance routine and the fight scene, but it's not one I would sit down and watch again. Um, I mean, as I say, it's a success because it grossed nearly 1.5 billion.
Okay, and a lot of that happened on the first night because it was paired with Oppenheimer,
I mean, yeah,
and people would go either go to the theater as a family, and some would go to Barbie, and some would go to Oppenheimer, or they would go to like do a double feature, and they'd buy tickets for both shows, one right after the other,
yeah,
and they would stay in the theater for that length of time. And I mean, the fact that there were two sort of blockbusters being released on the same day, and instead of competing against each other,
yeah.
the sort of the zeitgeist in America was like push them together. Let's do something, and it's funny because you know a lot of it was this was what this that kind of experimental science is what a lot of these girls were trying to get trying to break into in their minds,
Uh,
and it was a big deal, uh like having Oppenheimer as an aspiration, and then you know uh that I that was a really good sort of pairing, and I've heard a lot of people really enjoyed doing that, and I still haven't I haven't seen Oppenheimer, but the Barbie part of it, I've seen most of the Oppenheimer, but the Barbie portion was it, I was surprised it was I enjoyed it. I was surprised I enjoyed it. You were surprised that you didn't enjoy it very much at all, I take it.
It's just, I mean, the bits I like, as I've said, there's only a few bits I did like. I mean, I can't knock Margot Robbie. I mean, she was even the producer of the movie.
Mhm.
I mean, everything she does well. Ryan Gosling, it was ideal as a Ken.
Uh-huh.
Um, it's just not a sort of thing I would sit down and watch off my own back.
Uh-huh.
If I had the choice, I wouldn't have sat down and watched it.
For
But I
this?
have. No. I mean, if uh, if if we weren't reviewing it, I would never have watched it.
Oh, okay. That's what I was asking.
Yeah. Um, and as I said, I don't think I'd watch it again. It's just not me. It, I mean, I do like a good musical. I
Mhm.
said the music was in this was brilliant. You know, I said the dance routines were brilliant. Um, but and then you find out Will
And you don't like him.
Ferrell's in this. I mean, I don't know. He's I know I've seen far better comedians than him, and I just don't know how he's become so successful.
Hmm.
And I hope he don't watch these casts. But there again, who cares?
Hmm.
But you know, yeah, Will Ferrell's not for me. I've never liked the guy.
Uh-huh. So
Um,
so
so I,
here you were going along thinking, oh, they're in the real world. It'll be a bit better now because I won't have to deal with any of that stuff. And then you see Will Ferrell and you're like, oh fuck. And that was just it. And that was it. And Leon had it. And there was just nothing good about this movie ever again. But I mean,
once I see Will Ferrell's name in movie credits somewhere, I
uh-huh.
I, I just can't be asked with the movie. It's he just turns me off. He just turns off the movie. 'Cause I just there's other actors like that what I don't really gel with.
Oh, okay.
He's one of the ones at the top where I think how he's become so successful. I just don't understand because he's not funny.
No, but you are.
I know. I'm just honest.
Oh, funny.
And my honesty sometimes does get me into trouble, but there you
Very good.
go. Anyway, we're talking about Barbie, aren't we?
Very good.
Any moments, or have you said your
Oh, like
moments?
I just love the insertion of America Ferrera. That was, I mean, that with that they spun the story enough. I mean, there's enough ugly Betty stuff in there with that she brought to the table that was fun. And then the weird Barbie scene, of course, and then the scene with Barbie sort of bursting through all the doors, kind of getting into into and sort of taking leaps over barriers because
Yeah,
Barbie
that was
doesn't
some.
even in the real world, Barbie wasn't sort of someone who uh was withheld by gravity. I
No,
mean, she had her rollerblades and that was and 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 so did the America's character and her daughter, and and then like the fun with all the Kens, like even Rob Brydon was in there. He's
Well, Blink, and you miss him.
Lincoln, you miss him. That's true.
Sugar Daddy Ken,
Yeah.
and there was a doll called Sugar Daddy
Yeah,
Ken.
yeah, right.
Yeah,
And like you, I like the 2001 reference. That was cool. And yeah, and then the other thing that was really sort of awesome was like just take me to Venice Beach. Venice Beach is so weird. It's that is like the center of the universe for plastic people. I mean, it started off in the 60s being a place where like Jim Morrison would hang out and all these cool sort of razor's edge people would hang out. But then in the 70s and 80s and the 90s and now it's very perfect people go there. That's where the perfect people are. Like it doesn't. You don't even have to be pretty. You just have to be perfect. I mean, I don't know. It's weird there. But there are other beaches in the Los Angeles area that are cool, like Hermosa Beach or Manhattan Beach or even the Los Angeles, the port of Los Angeles, where you get all this cruise ships and everybody. Like those are sort of, they have their own thing, but Venice Beach is just perfect people.
where's
And
Muscle Beach?
so that's why it was perfect, because it was like the real world side of the Barbie world. It was like two of the same hand. Like Barbie world is all the perfect people, and then Venice Beach is all the perfect people. So anyway, that was fun. So all to be said, I played with dolls, but they were sadly mistreated, and that was because I was such a tomboy. I was such a different kind of sort. I liked trucks. I liked, you know digging a mine trench or whatever, and then I liked science fiction, and so like the dolls usually had to be turned into aliens or something for me to play with them. And I just have to say that that's what happened to all my Barbies. And I had the Legos that we had as kids got passed down to my sister and brother's sons. Like they have all of our Legos, but yeah, the dolls. I mean, my sister never understood why mine were painted green and had like six eyes or something. It was just like, oh gosh, the weird Barbie was very much, you know, I know it. I resemble that anyway. So go
Hey,
on. Tell me what do you have anything left to say about this
well,
in
I have. I'm just looking at the cast list. I've just noticed uh, Ryan Piers Williams
yeah,
playing Gloria's husband,
uh-huh,
made by America.
uh-huh.
They're both husband and wife in real life.
Oh, huh, I didn't know that.
Well, yeah, I just saw it down there.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
good.
he wasn't in it much because he was, there was a flashback and then in the car, and that was it. But yeah,
Oh,
both husband and wife in real life.
oh,
I wonder
neat.
if she got in the part.
I, yeah,
But yeah, yeah, I think shall we go to final sense score unless you want to
no, yeah, we can do that. The,
because I can't really say any more than I have.
no, I know, I get it.
Mm.
That's cool. So yeah, for this Barbie movie, I saw enough. Like, I like how they mirrored things. I like how they included someone who had played a character who had a lot of stuff going on, and then ended up with a kid who was somebody with a lot of stuff going on, and then was part of the story integrated, and that was fun. And then the other situation with like the the empowerment and disempowerment and how that affects the right wing politicians in this country is so amusing. Oh my gosh, it's so fun. So I like it when a movie like this makes them twitch, because you gotta enjoy those things that really get under the skin of people who are more repressive than they are empowering, and stuff that just niggles them and chews at their reality box. That's fun. Anyway, yes, I like that bit, and I like the fact that you know that the story made made a lot of people, and made a lot of people coming right out of the pandemic going to a movie theater, watching two movies back to back. That kind of enjoyment, that was fun. And so, yeah, and it had the new Doctor Who in it, so yay. Barbie's got the TARDIS. Ken's got the TARDIS, man. Anyway.
Well, Ryan Gosling was wearing that T-shirt, wasn't he, while he was on set?
Mhm.
The-
Yes, that's gonna
yeah,
be so great.
uh, negotiators. So I'm
Oh,
I'm
so for
debating
all
what
of
to give
that,
this.
I'll give this an 8.5 Barbie dream houses out of 10. Sorry, I didn't.
8.5. I thought you'd go the full way and give it 10.
No, it was just fun.
Right. Oh dear. I'm gonna give it. There's certain things I liked, but most of it I didn't like. So I'm gonna give it 4. 4 earring magic Kens out of 10.
Nice.
Also known as Gay Ken.
Gay Ken, quite
Yeah,
quite gay. Yes,
there again, Ryan Gosling's portrayal was a bit gay as well.
yes, yes. That's why I didn't think that they would do that, go as far as they did with the destroying everything, the dystopian part of the story, because I thought that because Ken and Barbie never smooched, because there wasn't that squishing the Barbies together that we all used to do. All of us used to do that. Just force them to get together, that was part of it. I think that because they didn't do that, that I thought that the Ryan Gosling Ken was going to turn out to be
Go with
quite
another.
queer and quite
Good.
needing some empowerment himself.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, that's what. That's our thoughts on the Barbie movie. You either love it or you hate it.
Mhm.
I don't think it's down the middle on this one.
No,
It's
no, my friend Susan Weinman, she's like, I hate that. I hate that. And I'm
yeah.
just like, oh, all right. I don't, but okay.
So you guys out there, or as I keep saying guys, but when I say guys, I mean girls as well. It's just a saying, a phrase.
I
Before
know.
people pick me up on that as well.
Mm.
But you people out
Mhm.
there, if you've seen the movie, let us know what you thought of it. Comment below on this video. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. We're all of the social media. let us know what you thought of the movie. Leave a comment below as well if you want to join our little group. Message us, and we'll see if we can get you on. You just have to be 18 plus. That's all. That's the main. That's the main. That's the only rule we have, I think, isn't it?
Hmm?
Yeah. Oh, and you've got to be alive as well. It's
Hmm.
no good turning up when you're dead.
I know, right?
Yeah, that'd be a bit weird. Maybe on our horror casts. But yeah, please be 18 plus if you do get in touch. And all you need is a camera and a microphone on your tablets or your PCs, your laptops, your phones, and you're in. That's it. That's all we need. And when you do subscribe, and you better subscribe to our YouTube channel, please press the bell notification button, and you'll get notified every time I put a wonderful video. So that's it. I think we've talked everything plastic, haven't we?
Hmm.
Was it fantastic?
Hmm.
For some, maybe.
Pretty dang swift. Like a Taylor Swiftie. Like that's the other thing that really pisses people off these days is all these Swifties going to NFL football games. I like it. Get under the skin. Come on. Just irritate them.
I just don't get it. I'm glad I live in the UK. So that's us done for another cast, I think, Susan. We disagreed on this one.
We did.
You can't, everybody. You can't please everyone. You can't agree with everything, and that's the way I like it.
I know, right?
Because if everything was the same, like Barbie Land,
Mm-hmm.
it'd be boring.
Very.
Oh, you're saying Barbie's boring now, are you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's all coming out.
But not all the time. If you cut her hair right and you paint her face purple and give her little octopus arms as appendages, she's a lot cooler as an alien. That's
Is there an alien Barbie?
I don't know, but there should have been.
Yeah, well, copyright it, get it patented.
Yeah, there you go.
And then you'll have Mattel breathing down your neck.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Right, anyways, shall we go? Shall we call this one a?
All right, we can be done. Okay.
It's a wrap. It's in the can.
Here.